Okay, where is the rarest place to find drugs in a vehicle?
Rarest place. Well, there's a lot of rare and creative places that people hide drugs or contraband or anything they don't want to be found and smuggled illegally into the United States. But I would say,
Like where you have found, like in an
underneath
X-ray.
underneath a dress.
What?
But let me add that it was a quinceañera dress. Are you familiar with a quinceañera dress?
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's okay to find things underneath the dress. But this girl was wearing the dress at the time.
So it was like wrapped around?
It was wrapped around. A lot of times they'll tape it to their bodies.
Oh.
No, that was...
Okay.
I put how often are drugs found wrapped around people?
Very often. It's very common. What they'll do is tape drugs, all different kinds of drugs and contraband to their bodies and make it look like they're just chunky, like they're overweight or muscular. But it does happen. It does happen a lot.
Do you guys have like special rooms like around your facility for each drug, or do you keep it like in sections in one room?
In one room, a very safe section. It's very secured because unfortunately drugs cost a lot of money to the people who are trying to smuggle it, and they would like it back. So once we catch it, we're going to do everything we can to
Keep it there.
keep it from the bad guys, and keep it, of course, from the good guys, you guys.
How many drugs like do we have in the United States, like including the new ones?
Like including synthetics.
Including something. That's a very good question that I would have to Google. It's a lot.
Millions.
A
or
lot.
Thousands.
I know that just locally, I can give a good guesstimate that we catch thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds of all different kinds of drugs, and that's just in the Rio Grande Valley.
Oh
my
wow.
gosh.
That's not the rest of the southern border of the United States that borders Mexico, because it reaches from California, all the way to just not include the land border, but the sea, the waters, our coast.
How has drug trafficking been getting worse over the years?
How has it gotten worse? The worst thing is that it still happens. That's the worst thing. It's still happening. I would say if it's anything worse, is that they come up with clever ideas on hiding it, leading to going back to your first question, that they come with creative ways to hide it.
How are drugs measured by?
Measured, the weights and measures, we'll just weigh it like on a scale. It's we use kilograms instead of pounds. We use kilograms and meters. We use a metric system.
How often do you find drugs hidden in vehicles?
In vehicles, sometimes daily, sometimes a couple of times a day, sometimes every other day. It just depends. It depends.
If you find it in the vehicle, do you just send them to jail, or?
It's a lengthy process. It is a process. The immediate process is we detain them. We detain them because we have to investigate how much they know, what do they know about it, what their intentions were, if it's even their car, maybe it could be. In very rare occasions, they might be innocent. They're doing a favor for a friend to bring a vehicle across, or they can just be a full-blown bad guy. But it's our job to interview and find out.
How do you know if they're like innocent or not?
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. But that's my job. That's our job.
What do you think of drug trafficking? Like, How do you feel about it?
Like your POV.
What I feel about it, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous to you guys especially, because to the kids, to anybody, because when you think about drug trafficking, you think about bad guys, and bad guys do bad things. To and I don't like the bad things that they do.
Can you name some gangs that like traffic drugs? If you can.
If you can.
Yeah, I don't. There's so many. There's so
Like
many.
5
There's
or
you know
3?
there's so many gangs or cartels, different cartels that neighbor us in Mexico, who are 20, 30 minutes away, just crossing the border into Mexico, and there's different kinds of gangs or cartels or groups that that team up and make it a business to try to bring the bad stuff across into the United States.
Is there ever a time where you find money that's being smuggled?
Yes. It's a very good question. Why? Because the drugs come into the United States. So if the drugs and contraband are coming into the United States, we're the bad guys. In Mexico or another country. So what do the bad guys expect in return for the drugs that they're sending?
Money.
Money. So where does the money go?
Back to
Mexico.
The cartel.
So a part of my job as a CBP agent is to secure what's coming in and going out. So we try to stop the drugs coming in and try to stop the money from going out. We have caught millions of dollars going back to Mexico.
Where does that money go?
Back to the bad people, so that they can make more drugs. And by...
No, if you caught it, the money.
That's a very good question. It gets seized, and believe it or not, we give the owners a chance to come back and get it.
Why?
Why?
Wouldn't you want to know that? Wouldn't you want to get to meet the bad guy? Wouldn't you want to arrest him?
Oh.
So you can arrest the guy while you want.
Exactly.
It's like a reverse psychology.
Kind of. It's kind of like a trick, a trap. Do they usually come back and get it? No.
No, they know it's probably gonna happen.
Yes.
Has it someone
Yeah.
passed drugs without you guys noticing?
Unfortunately, it does happen. We do the best that we can, but it's very difficult, and some gets through. How do I know that? Because our partners, our brothers in green, which is U.S. Border Patrol, our partners in the police, like city law enforcement or state law enforcement, state troopers, they'll pull over a car. They're acting suspicious. They'll check the vehicle and find lots of drugs. Where did it come through? Maybe through the port, or maybe they floated it across. But somehow they got it through our doors.
For the
Can you pause? Is that